Yeah. I only got one question. So is that all you got? You go big or stronger. You push harder. Is that all you got? You climb higher, faster. So is that all you got? You put your best in the West End. No resting. Is that all you got? So you a victor. I only got one question. So is that all you got? Yeah, look at you now. So is that all you got? Take a look at you now. So is that all you got? Look at you now. Is that all you got? Yeah, I only got one question. So is that all you got?
Yeah. Never not, never under yard, never ever, I'm forever on. Check my repertoire, check my repertoire, don't check me not. Message checks involved, I've been feeling like I'm next to God. Next to God, next to God. Never not, never under yard, never ever, I'm forever on. Check my repertoire, don't check me not. Message checks involved, I've been feeling like I'm next to God. Next to God, next to God. Never fold, never ever fold, never ever stone a rolling stone till I'm in Rolling Stone. Bet I'm close to gold.
Comenzamos con la presentación de los equipos mixtos.
The teams competing in the mixed team event.
Representando a Camerún,
Representing Cameroon,
Aukun Manga, Susan Meine, Tamar Menger.
representing Cameroon, Manga, Aukun, Menger Susan, Menge Tamar.
Representando al equipo México 3.
Representing Mexico 3,
Leslie
So we welcome you back
Rodriguez.
to the Mexico 2024 World Cup Powerlifting event, the final event of the competition, and this is the mixed team event as the athletes are being introduced to the crowd. 9 different teams will be taking part. 3 teams from Mexico, 2 from Chile, 1 from the Dominican Republic, 1 from El Salvador, and 1 from Venezuela.
Gerardo Hernández.
representing Mexico 1, David Reyes, María Paredes, Gerardo Hernández.
Presentación del equipo El Salvador.
Va a arrancar la competencia precisamente el equipo de México número 3, con el de Saraí Rodríguez Castillo.
Víctor Nova. Heber Aceituno.
Representing El Salvador, Irene Videla, Víctor Nova, Herbert.
Las reglas del equipo mixto es que al menos una atleta femenina en un total de 13 integrantes por equipo.
Lucía Castro. Anthony Gaeta. Axel García.
Representing Mexico 2, Lucía Castro, Anthony Gaeta, Axel García.
Presentación del equipo equipo mixto.
A big applause for the teams competing in the mixed team event.
So there's a look at the start list for the heats portion of the mixed team event. See teams 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Chile, Dominican, Chile 2, Venezuela, and Mexico 2. That's 5 of the teams. Each of the teams have to have at least one female in the mix. There are 2 teams that have 2 females. Venezuela has 2 females, along with Cameroon. And there are the remaining 5 teams: El Salvador, Mexico 1, Mexico 3, and Cameroon. So looking forward to this final competition of the 2024 World Cup Para Powerlifting event in Acapulco, Mexico. We've had a great week, lots of excitement, some records have been broken, lots of memories made, lots of smiles, medals been handed out, and now we're going to wrap things up with the mixed team event.
Se viene el sorteo para los referees en este último evento de competencias en el Para Powerlifting World Cup México 2024.
So here are the referees for this event from Italy, Mexico, Egypt, Thailand, and the technical delegate from Colombia. So the referees are set. No jury for this mixed team event, as there are no challenges that take place in this event. So just the referees and the technical delegate. So the final event of this competition in Acapulco. It's the finale. It's the mixed team event, which is usually the traditional way to finish up a World Cup event with the mixed team event. A couple weeks ago in Thailand, they had a mixed team event that was won by Uzbekistan over Korea. Thailand winning the bronze there. Now, so in Dubai this year, China defeated Brazil in the mixed team event, and the bronze medal going to Kazakhstan. So I think the mixed event is a fun event. It's a little different than all the other events, obviously, because it's a team event as opposed to an individual event, although we did see the men's and the women's teams events as well. But the mixed team event's a little bit different. Lots of strategy involved as to which lifter do you have go first, and then who finishes up. So looking at the 9 teams that are competing, it looks as though 7 of the 9 teams are using a female athlete to go first in the competition. And to kick off the competition, we will see a female athlete, as it's Lucia Guadalupe Castro Calles, who will go first for Mexico 2. She will be the first one to make a lift in this heat portion of this mixed team event. So 9 teams in the event, and then there will be 4 who advance to the head-to-head stage. There'll be a draw to see who faces who, and then the winner of each heat will go on to the gold medal, and the losers of each head-to-head will go to the bronze medal matchup. So lots on the line here. So first we've got to go through the 9 teams. Each lifter gets 1 lift to contribute to their team total, and it's a total weightlifting score that advances the teams forward. So every lift important for them in this competition. A no lift would be something that would put the team in a tough position to get into the top 4 for sure.
Comienza la competencia por equipos mixtos con el intento de Lucía Guadalupe Castro Callejas de 60 kilogramos.
So Castro Callejas here with a 60 kilogram attempt. And a good way to start the competition for her. Successful at 60 kilograms. So Team Mexico 2 off to a good start. That's exactly what they needed to get the competition underway. Castro Callejas winning a bronze medal in the 41 kilogram category, 71 kilogram lift.
Siguiente en venir a el banco es la representante del equipo número 3 de México, Leslie Saraí Rodríguez Castillo, con el intento de 65 kilogramos.
So, second straight lifter from Mexico, and it's Leslie Rodriguez Castillo who will go next for Mexico Team 3. Looking at a 65 kilogram lift here from her.
Aprovecho este momento para mandarle un saludo a los spotters que participan de la Copa del Mundo aquí en Acapulco, México. Todos mexicanos, hacen una excelente labor en apoyo a los atletas que toman participación en la Powerlifting World Cup.
Finished in 4th in the 67 kilogram event here in Acapulco. Looking to get Mexico Team 3 off to a good start. And that's a good lift. That's a whiteout for Rodriguez Castillo. So good start for Team Mexico 3, 65 kilograms, no problem.
Buen inicio también para el equipo número 3 de México, con ese levantamiento de Leslie Rodríguez de 65 kilogramos que la pone en la posición número 2 de la competencia por equipos mixtos.
So El Salvador's team going next. Irene Veleda will have her first lift for Team El Salvador.
Siguiente en participar es Irene Villeda del equipo del Salvador, con un intento de 70 kilogramos para el primer levantamiento por equipos de su país.
Veleda, 33 years old, won a bronze medal in the 67 kilogram category. Had a lift of 70 kilograms to get that bronze medal, and she will try to do the exact same thing here with a 70 kilogram lift in this mixed team competition. Glad you could be joining us. My name is John Horn, with you for the duration of this event, the final event of the highly successful 2024 Para-Powerlifting World Cup in Acapulco, Mexico. lift from El Salvador. That's unfortunate for Veleda. So the first no lift we have seen in this mixed team competition, and that's a lift that she was able to take care of in her individual competition, getting her a bronze medal, but no dice this time around.
Desafortunadamente inicia con un levantamiento no válido el equipo de El Salvador. Irene Villeda en el intento de 70 kilogramos. Recibe 3 tarjetas rojas de los referees. Se viene el turno para el equipo de Chile número 1. Camila Campos viene con el intento de 105 kilogramos. Para tener la primera participación el equipo chileno número 1. Ahí está viendo la labor de los spotters, son los que auxilian en el acomodo de los discos y el apoyo para cuidar el ascenso y descenso de la barra que realiza cada uno de los deportistas.
So Team Venezuela will go next. Winwis Neribus Hernandez will go first for Team Venezuela. Good week for her in Acapulco. Won a gold medal in the 55 kilogram event with a 92 kilogram lift. So this one just a touch under that 92, 41 kilograms. A lot of medalists in this competition. Out of all the competitors, 27 different competitors, 7 gold medalists, 5 silver medalists, and 5 bronze medalists taking part. First lift for Hernandez. No lift for Hernandez there. So Neribus Hernandez won't be too pleased with that. Unfortunate for her. So successful in the individual competition, but not so much here in the start of the mixed team competition. So a no lift makes things difficult for athletes when they don't get a clean start. Puts them behind the 8 ball early on. Those clean lifts so important to get into the top 4 because it's the total weight of all the lifters that gets added to a total, and that gets your total enough to get into the top 4. So looks like El Salvador and Venezuela are going to be in tough.
Segundo levantamiento no válido en la competencia. Nairobi Hernández no puede dar una buena entrega en la primera participación del equipo venezolano. Se va a venir el turno de Camila Campos, la de Chile, la que estuvo en competencia con la venezolana en la categoría de 50 kilogramos. Buen duelo tuvo Venezuela y Chile en esta ocasión.
So next up for Chile, and this is Chile team number 1. They have 2 teams in the competition. This is Camila Campos. You may remember, if you were watching earlier, Camila Campos, part of the team that won the women's event, the gold medal winning women's event. So Camila Campos won a gold medal in that event. Also won a silver in the 50 kilogram event, lifting 115 kilograms. So looking at 105 kilograms for this lift, one of just 2 athletes to compete in the individual event as well as the women's event, and then also in the mixed event. So 3rd event for Campos. Busy weekend for her. And certainly no issue with that lift at 105 kilograms. So that's a whiteout for Campos. So she gets Chile team number 1 off to a good start. 105 kilograms.
Es levantamiento válido para Camila Campos, la poseedora de medalla de plata por su participación individual en la categoría de hasta 50 kilogramos. En el duelo con la venezolana Clara Fuentes Monasterio, que vendrá en unos momentos más adelante.
So Chile number 1 successful with their first lift. They're in the number 1 position right now. So the standings early on, Chile team number 1 in the number 1 position. Mexico 2 next, followed by Mexico 3. And now it's the second athlete to compete in both the individual and women's team event, and also taking part in the mixed team event, Marion Alejandra Serrano Guardo, part of the team and the women's team that won the gold medal, along with Camila Campos. So they were teammates in the last event. Now they're against each other in this event, as Campos with Chile team 1 and Guardo with Chile team number 2. So let's see how she fares. 110 kilograms, the attempted lift here. So 2 gold medals for her this week, looking for another in the mixed team event. And certainly that looks like off to a good start, and that's a whiteout for Guardo. So good start for her and good start for Chile team 2, 110 kilogram good lift.
Serrano entrega levantamiento válido en su primer intento de 110 kilogramos. Y Chile, equipo número 2, se va a la segunda posición. En la posición número 1 momentáneamente está el equipo de Chile número 1, donde está Camila Campos. Viene la primera participación del equipo mexicano número 1. Va a tomar el primer turno David Reyes, del equipo mexicano, con un levantamiento de 112 kilogramos.
So David Reyes Trejeo will go next. $112 kilogram attempt here for Mexico team number 1. So far we've seen 4 good lifts and 2 no lifts in this mixed team event. Reyes Trejeo finished 7th in the 97 kilogram event. 126 kilograms was his best lift, so this 112 should be good for him, you would have to think, for the 34-year-old.
Parece estar listo David Reyes con el intento de 112 kilogramos para el equipo de México número 1.
So you see the coach of the Mexican team allowed to help with the lift of the bar off the rack, but then they have to step away and let the athlete do the rest of the work. And he did the work for sure, Reyes Trejeo. So 112 kilograms, good lift for him, and a good start for Mexico team number 1.
Está la repetición del levantamiento de David Reyes. 112 kilogramos, levantamiento válido. Se va momentáneamente a la posición número 3, el equipo de México número 1.
So the crew getting set for the next lifter, getting the weights changed, everything set up for the next lifter. Nice work by them all week, getting the lifters in position, keeping the bench nice and tidy and the weights all changed accurately. Been a busy 4 days for them, as it has for everyone. Busy week of competition. So Dominican Republic goes next. The first lift attempt will be from Zoraida Miliano. Her first lift looking at 120 kilograms. The gold medalist in the women's up to 79 kilogram category. She went 3 for 3 in that competition to win the gold. 33 years old. One of the more jubilant celebrations after winning the gold that we saw from Miliano. So her first attempt here, 120 kilograms, first lift for the Dominican Republic. And looked like no trouble with that, and the referee saw it the same. That's a whiteout. That's a good lift for Miliano and a great start for the Dominican Republic. So that lift will put them into first place overall. 120 kilograms, well done. So Dominican Republic moves into first place just ahead of Chile, number 1, and Chile, team number 2. Mexico, team number 1 is in 4th, followed by Mexico 2 and Mexico 3. So the last lifter in this first round is from Cameroon. We haven't seen Cameroon so far in the competition. They didn't compete in the men's or the women's event. They only have 3 athletes here, so that's probably why. 1 male and 2 female athletes. So for the women's team event and the men's team event, obviously you need 3 men and 3 women. So that's why Cameroon couldn't compete in the men's and women's events, but they can certainly compete in the mixed event. And one of 2 teams to have 2 females in their group, but they'll start off with their sole male participant. That's Okun Manga Balinga going first. 145 kilograms, the attempt here.
Zoraida Miliano tiene de momento en la primera posición al equipo de República Dominicana con los 120 kilos levantados. Y para concluir la ronda número 1 viene el representante de Camerún, Manga Belinga. Va con el intento de 145 kilogramos el equipo de Camerún con 2 integrantes femeninas. Y Belinga en la rama varonil es como está conformado el equipo camerunense.
Magna Belinga, 54 years old. Finished in 5th in the up to 72 kilogram category. Oh, no lift for Cameroon. So that puts Cameroon in a really tough position. And some frustration from Magna Belinga, unable to get that first lift complete. And that's tough because that was one of the heavier weights that we were going to see in this first round. It was the heaviest weight we were going to see in the first round, but now it's up to the 2 female athletes to get their lifts in, and they're not going to lift as much as Magna Belinga was attempting to. So unfortunate for him and unfortunate for Cameroon. So all 9 teams have now completed the first round, and as it stands right now, it's the Dominican Republic in first place, followed by Chile 1, followed by Chile 2, and then Mexico Team 1, Mexico Team 2, Mexico Team 3, and then Venezuela, El Salvador, and Cameroon in some trouble with first lifts not successful. No lifts from those 3 teams. So we'll get set for the second round, and the weight will continue to go up now. It looks as though we're going to start off with Mexico 1 in this second round.
Ha concluido la ronda número 1 con la participación de Manga Belinga, que no puede entregar su primer levantamiento para el equipo camerunés. Intento de 145 kilogramos. Se viene la ronda número 2. Turno para el equipo de México 1. Y viene María Paredes Albor a intentar 74 kilogramos para el equipo México 1.
So Mexico Team 1 will start the second round. Maria Paredes Albor will be the first lifter in the second round. Mexico Team number 1 sitting in 4th position right now. Paredes Albor missing out on the medals by just a small margin. Finished in 4th place in the up to 55 kilogram category. Was successful with all 3 of her lifts, though, 3 for 3.
María Paredes Albor es la siguiente en tomar la barra para buscar un levantamiento válido con 74 kilogramos para mantenerse en la pelea en el duelo de por equipos mixtos.
That's a good lift from Paredes Albor. 74 kilogram lift, successful for Mexico Team 1. So that's 2 successful lifts for them in this heats portion of the competition. So just a reminder, the top 4 teams will advance to the head-to-head stage. 9 teams in total here in the heat stage.
Lo tiene, levantamiento válido para María Paredes, que manda al equipo de México 1 a la primera posición. Momentáneamente al inicio de la segunda ronda. Va a venir entonces el equipo de El Salvador. La siguiente o el siguiente en tomar el turno en el banco es Víctor Tobar, que va a venir con el intento de 77 kilogramos.
So time for El Salvador to try and get a clean lift on the board in this mixed competition, and it's Victor Tobar who will try to get that done. Tobar, 22 years old, finished in 12th position in the 72 kilogram event this week.
Nos preguntan en la transmisión quiénes están en el duelo en este evento por equipos mixto. México tiene 3 participantes, Chile con 2 equipos, República Dominicana, Venezuela, El Salvador y Camerún. Son los 9 equipos participantes de este último evento de para Powerlifting World Cup México 2024.
No lift from all 3 referees. Frustrating for Tobar. Didn't get it done. Press sequence the issue from all three referees. One of the referees, the stop sequence, they didn't like either. So the lift and the movement as the bar was being lifted, an issue. So we have to think that El Salvador would need a miracle if they were going to get into the Final Four at this point with 2 missed lifts and just one competitor to go. Or one teammate, rather, to go.
No válido el levantamiento. El turno es del equipo de Camerún. Viene la representante de Camerún, Menie Meto, Susan Menie Meto, 80 kilogramos en su salida.
So it's time for Suzanne Menyameto from Cameroon. Her first lift of the competition. Menyameto, 37 years old. Cameroon needing a good lift here if they have any hopes of getting into the top 4 after the 145 kilogram no lift in the first round. So here we go, 80 kilograms. And that's a no lift from 2 of the 3 referees. One with the stop sequence, and then one from the press sequence. So unfortunate for Cameroon. So they're in the same situation as El Salvador now, unfortunately, with 2 no lifts from their first 2 competitors. So going to be tough going for Cameroon and El Salvador to get into the top 5.
Segundo levantamiento no válido para el equipo de Camerún. Al igual que El Salvador, tienen 2 primeros levantamientos no válidos. Viene el turno para el equipo de México 3, con el turno de Carlos Isaac Hernández Aguinaga. Va por 108 kilogramos. Y acá en la transmisión están esperando la participación de Gerardo Hernández, perteneciente al equipo de México número 1.
So it's Carlos Isaac Hernandez Aguinaga going next for Team Mexico 3. They got a successful lift from their female team member in the first round, Rodriguez Castillo, 65 kilogram lift. So this lift 108 kilograms for Hernandez Aguinaga. Hernandez Aguinaga finished in 7th position in the men's up to 59 kilogram category. Had a 108 kilogram best lift, so looking to match that in the team event here. Same weight, 108 kilos. Coach liked it. Referees liked it too. That's a whiteout. That's 3 for 3 from the referees, and that's a good lift for Hernandez Aguinaga. So that lift will help propel Team Mexico 3 into the lead. 138.74 is their score, just ahead of Mexico 1, 136.68. Those are the top 2 teams. 4 teams have completed their second lifts. El Salvador and Cameroon 0 for 2 so far in the first and second round.
Segundo levantamiento válido para el equipo de México 3. Leslie con 65 kilogramos en el primer intento y Carlos con 108. Tienen momentáneamente el equipo de México 3 en la primera posición. Viene el intento del equipo de Chile número 2. Javier Ignacio Jiménez busca levantar 140 kilogramos.
So it's Chile team number 2 who will go next, and it's Javier Ignacio Jiménez Cabrera. $140-kilogram attempt here. If he's able to lock this in, Chile team 2 will be in the number 1 position for now. Jimenez Cabrera, 26 years old, won a silver medal in the up to 59-kilogram category. 140 kilograms here. And he gets it done, 140 kilograms. That's a good lift, a whiteout. So Chile team number 2, 2 for 2 with their lifts in this team event, and they're in the number 1 position as of now. 198.55 is their score, about 60 points ahead of Mexico team number 3.
Javi Jiménez tiene levantamiento válido número 2 para el equipo de Chile 2. 110 kilogramos consiguió Alejandra Serrano y Javi con 140 ponen en la primera posición al equipo de Chile número 2 y viene el turno de República Dominicana. José Manuel Abud Coronado va también por 140 kilogramos. Momentáneamente en la posición número 4, República Dominicana.
So Jose Manuel Abud Coronado will go next. Abud Coronado from the Dominican Republic. This is their second lifter of this mixed team event. 120 kilograms successful from Zoraida Emiliano in the first round. 140 kilograms the lift here. Same weight as the last lifter from Chile. But Coronado, 49 years old, won the bronze medal in the 65 kilogram category, 145 kilogram lift. This a little bit less at 140. And that looked pretty smooth from here. And it was. That's a good lift. 3 white lights from the judges. So Dominican Republic, strong start in this mixed competition. 120 kilograms and 140 kilograms. That's a good lift. And that'll move the Dominican Republic into the number 1 position, just ahead of Chile 2. There you see the scores. Just a couple of points more than Chile 2. Crack the 200 score mark.
Se mueve a la primera posición el equipo de República Dominicana con el levantamiento válido de José Manuel Abud de 140 kilogramos, sumado a lo conseguido por Zoraida en el primer turno de 120 kilogramos. Acumulan un score de 200.12 puntos para estar al momento en la primera posición. Viene el equipo de México número 2. Es turno de Anthony Francisco Gaeta con 155 kilogramos para este paratleta.
So it's Anthony Francesco Gaeta Angel going next for Team Mexico Team 2. Looking to have a second successful lift from his team here. 155 kilograms for Gaeta Angel. finished fourth in the 97 kilogram category. A lift of 156 kilograms was his best, so 155 coming here. As he gets some encouragement from his coach, his Mexican coach. And that was good from the coach's perspective, and it's good from the referee's perspective. That's 3 white lights, a good lift for Gaeta Angel.
Equipo de México número 2 con Antonio Francisco Gaeta y levantamiento válido de 155 kilogramos. Posiciona el equipo en el lugar número 3. Y viene el turno del equipo chileno, el equipo número 1 de Chile, con Jorge Carinao.
So that 155 kilogram lift helps Mexico Team 2 move up into the 3rd position. 156.20 is their score. So the standings right now, Dominican Republic in 1st, Chile number 2 in 2nd, Mexico number 2 in 3rd, and Mexico Team 3 in 4th. So Jorge Carinao for Team Chile 1 will compete now for his first lift of this mixed event. 170 kilograms is his mark that he's looking to lift here. Carinao, silver medal in the 65 kilogram category in the individual event this week, 33 years old.
Intento de Jorge Carinao de 170 kilogramos. Parece que lo tiene.
And he gets it done. 170 kilograms for Carinao. So Chile team number 1 goes 2 for 2 with their first 2 lifts. So 6 of the 9 teams have gone 2 for 2 in their lifts so far. And Chile number 1 with that lift moves into the number 1 position. 223.35 is their score. So this is the last lift of the second round coming up, and this is a lift that Venezuela really needs because they were unsuccessful with their first lift at 90 kilograms from their female competitor. And this is one of the 2 teams that has 2 female competitors and 1 male competitor. So the lone male competitor coming to the field of play now is Jose Antonio Perez Gonzalez. And this is the heaviest weight we will have seen by far attempted in this mixed competition. 190 kilograms for the Venezuelan. Perez Gonzalez competing in the up to 107 kilogram category, one of the heavier categories in the entire competition. Won a bronze medal in that individual competition, had a lift of 195 kilograms. So this is a big one, 190 kilograms, and Venezuela desperately needs this lift if they have any chance to get into the top 4.
Cuando está a punto de cerrar la ronda número 2 el equipo de Venezuela, las posiciones al momento son número 1 Chile, República Dominicana en el número 2 y Chile 2 en la posición número 3.
And that's a good lift for him. So Perez Gonzalez from Venezuela, a much needed lift for his team. So that's 3 white lights. So 190 kilograms for Venezuela. So we'll see where that puts them. I don't think that'll put them in the top 4 by any stretch. That'll actually keep them in the number 7 position, 112.25 for 0 points. So Perez Gonzalez doing his part to give Venezuela a chance. I have to think that El Salvador and Cameroon, unfortunately for them, they look to be on the outside looking in with 2 no lifts in the first round. So here are the standings in the heat portion of the mixed team event. Chile team 1 in first place, 223.35 points. The Dominican Republic in second. Chile team 2 in third. And Mexico team 2 in fourth. So the top 4 teams advance to the head-to-head. The remaining 5 teams will be done for the competition.
Finalmente Venezuela se manifiesta en el score con un levantamiento válido para José Antonio Pérez. Viene el tercer y último intento para el equipo de Camerún. Vendrá Giselle Mengué con 90 kilogramos en esta ronda número 3.
So we're going to start the third and final round, with Cameroon going first. And this is Thamar Mengue from Cameroon, one of the 2 teams that have 2 female athletes in their 3-team entry, or 3-athlete entry, I should say. Mengue, 32 years old, won the gold medal in the up to 73 kilogram category. Nice moment for her. 3 athletes competing from Cameroon in this World Cup, and they picked up 5 total medals, so that's pretty good. 2 gold, 2 silver, and 1 bronze, including the gold for best lift. You also get medals for total lift as well as the elite category and the legends category. And that's a good lift for Mengue. So nice way to finish off her trip to Acapulco. And nice to see Cameroon get on the board. 90 kilogram lift. Unfortunately, though, that's not going to be enough to get them into the top 4. But however, a good showing from Cameroon as they sit in 8th place.
Finalmente Camerún también consigue manifestarse en el score, cerrando su participación en esta Copa del Mundo para Powerlifting México 2024. 90 kilogramos Giselle Mengué. Y vendrá también a cerrar la participación el equipo de Venezuela con el intento de Clara Fuentes Monasterio de 110 kilogramos. La poseedora de la medalla de oro en la categoría de 50 kilogramos, Clara Fuentes Monasterio, dejando en la segunda posición a Camila Campos de Chihuahua.
So here goes Clara Fuentes Monasterio from Venezuela. Fuentes Monasterio, the 3rd and final lift for Venezuela. Won a gold medal in the up to 50 kilogram event. 116 kilograms was her winning lift. Went 3 for 3 in the competition, in the individual competition. Would like to finish off strong here with a lift to give Venezuela a potential chance to get into the top 4. It's going to be tough since they had that 1 no lift in the first round, but you never know what can happen. And I think she'll be pleased with that. And no lift, unfortunately. Thought she was going to be pleased with that, but the referees saw the stop sequence. 2 orange cards from the referees, the stop sequence. They didn't like what they saw. So unfortunate for Fuentes Monasterio. Maybe the bar not stopping enough at her chest. I'm not sure. Well, referees know better than us, certainly. So the stop sequence is usually meaning that the bar doesn't touch the chest, or the bar didn't remain static between the downward and upward movement of the bar, or the bar stopped on the chest and sinks into the chest. So I'm just guessing that perhaps the bar didn't touch your chest there. On a quick look at it. Let's have another quick look. Oh, it's hard to tell. That's very difficult to tell. So unfortunately, the mixed event will be over for Venezuela. They're in 7th position, and only the top 4 move on.
Se viene también la última participación del equipo México número 3 con Fernando Santos Vargas, que va a intentar 120 kilogramos. Al momento en la posición número 5 el equipo de México 3. Vamos a ver hasta dónde puede mandar al equipo el mexicano con el intento de 120 kilogramos.
So it's now Mexico team number 3 who will have their third and final attempt. Successful from Fernando Santos Vargas would be the first 3 for 3 we will have seen so far in the competition. 65 kilogram lift successful in the first round, 108 kilogram lift successful in the second round. Trying to make it perfect 3 for 3 and give them a chance to get into the top 4 to battle out for the gold medal in this final event in Acapulco, the mixed team event. Yes, 2 out of 3 referees liked what they saw, and that's what you need for a good lift. So Fernando Santos Vargas gets the first 3 lifts successful for Mexico Team 3. So first time we've seen 3 successful lifts, probably not the last, but certainly the first. So that moves them into first place, 227.72 points, with still more teams to come, however. 5 more teams to come. So right on the cusp, perhaps, of reaching that top 4.
Fernando Santos Vargas cierra exitosamente la participación del equipo mexicano número 3 con 3 levantamientos positivos, 3 levantamientos válidos para el equipo de México número 3. Por el momento ubicado en la primera posición, pero falta todavía que el equipo de Chile, República Dominicana y Chile 2 hagan su tercer y último intento. Toca el turno al equipo de El Salvador. Herbert Aceituno va a tomar participación en este duelo de equipos mixtos. Intentará 125 kilogramos.
So it's time for Herbert Aceituno to finish things up for El Salvador. Unfortunately, El Salvador not going to reach the top 4 and move on after 2 no lifts with their first 2 competitors. So Aceituno, 125 kilograms. Be nice to see him finish off the event for El Salvador in fine form. 38-year-old had a gold medal in the 59 kilogram event. Had 185 kilograms. So this will likely be a piece of cake for Aceituno, just 125, knowing that El Salvador can't get into the next round. It'll just be an easy 125 lift for Aceituno. So pretty much a formality. And Aceituno at least gets 1 lift for El Salvador. So a good way for him to finish, and a wave to the crowd as he exits the field of play. So Aceituno, one of the 3 El Salvadoran athletes to have a successful lift, but unfortunately won't be enough to get into the top 4. So they will finish in the 8th spot.
Consigue Aceituno Herbert un levantamiento válido para El Salvador para concluir también la competencia. Así es que Venezuela, El Salvador y Camerún con un levantamiento válido se quedan en las posiciones 7, 8 y 9 respectivamente. El duelo está arriba entre Chile y República Dominicana. Viene el turno de Gerardo Hernández Rodríguez, que va a intentar 142 kilogramos y vamos a ver de hacerlo válido hasta dónde puede colocar al equipo de México número 1.
So it's now time for Mexico team number 1. Geraldo Hernandez Rodriguez will be the last lifter for this team. So far, successful lifts from his two teammates, 112 kilograms and 74 kilograms. This 142 kilograms for Hernandez Rodriguez.
Todo el apoyo para Gerardo desde la transmisión, también haciéndose presente en esta Copa del Mundo para Powerlifting México 2024.
Hernandez Rodriguez, the youngest of the three competitors on his team, just 22 years old. His fellow Mexican teammates, 34 and 49. 72 kilogram category, got a bronze medal with a 151 kilogram lift. This 142. Went 3 for 3 in his individual competition. See what he can do here. Waiting for the referee's decision. Looks like the computers may not be working, so we're going to go to the flags, going old school. And 3 white flags. That's a good lift. That's a whiteout for Hernandez Rodriguez. So Mexico won with that lift. They're looking to be in good position to get into the top 4. Still lots to go to confirm that, but Mexico number 1 in the number 1 position. And we have 4 more teams to go in this final round, so we'll see if that is enough to get them into the final 4. So right now, Mexico 1 in first place, 235.45. Mexico 3 rather, 227.72. Chile 1, 223.35, and Dominican team 200.12. The only problem there for the Mexican teams is that Chile and the Dominican Republic have only had 2 of their 3 lifters go in this competition. So Mexico 1 and Mexico 3 will be carefully watching to see how things play out. And now the final lift for Mexico team number 2. It's Axel Garcia Carrera. He will be the final teammate from Mexico team 2. They had successful lifts of 60 and 155 kilograms. So Garcia Correa is 145 kilograms. An important lift for his team.
Axel Joel García con el intento de 145 kilogramos.
Oh, and no lift for Mexico team 2. Oh, that's a costly no lift for Mexico team 2. I think Mexico team 1 and Mexico team 3 will be okay with that, even though it's their countrymen. That means that Mexico team 2 will not get themselves into the top 4 after that no lift. See how important those no lifts are, and even more crucial when there's a no lift in the final lifter. So that's too bad for Mexico team 2.
Restan 3 equipos por tener participación y cerrar la competencia de equipos mixtos. El duelo de equipos mixtos está llegando a la recta final. Vienen los que están peleando la posición de las medallas oro, plata y bronce en juego en las últimas 3.
So it's Matias Antonio Revico Caravel going next. Doesn't spend a lot of time waiting, getting set. He just gets right on the bench and gets after it pretty quickly. His attempt, 145 kilograms here for Chilean team number 2. Won a silver in his individual event. And he does enough to get a good lift from 2 of the 3 referees. And it's Revico Caraval who gets a clean sweep for Chile team 2. So 110, 140, and 145. So Chile team 2 has booked their spot in the final 4, sitting in first place. So Chile team 2 in first place, Mexico team 1 in second, Mexico team 3 in third, and Chile team 1 in fourth. However, we still have Chile team 1 and the Dominican Republic to go. So Mexico team 3 is on the border of being knocked out of the top 4. Chile team 2 is locked in, so is Mexico team 1. Now it's just a matter of what Chile team 1 and the Dominican Republic can do here. And it's Juan Carlos Garrido Acevedo going first for Chile team number 1, 165 kilograms. His attempt after his first 2 teammates, Camila Campos and Jorge Caranao, successful with their first 2 lifts. So an important lift for Chile number 1. If they get this lift, they'll be in the top 4. And if they don't, we'll have to wait and see what the Dominican Republic does with their final lift.
Se viene el turno de Juan Carlos Garrido Acevedo, del equipo de Chile, número 1. Vamos a ver si con el levantamiento de 165 kilogramos logra ponerse en la posición privilegiada, la posición para medalla de oro, y quedará pendiente el levantamiento del equipo de República Dominicana, Jesús Manuel Rodríguez Vallejo.
There we go, 165 kilograms. Looks good, and the referees said good lift as well. So that's a whiteout. 3 white lights, and he's telling the crowd, let's hear it for that performance. So an important lift for Garrido Acevedo to get Chile team number 1 into the top 4, and that will solidify them into the top 4. So the Chile number 1 will move on. Of the way he's pumping up the crowd, pleased with his performance. So Chile 1 is in first place, Chile 2 in second, Mexico 1 in third, and Mexico 3 in fourth. So now it comes down to this final lift from the Dominican Republic as we get another look at Garrido Acevedo's replay of his successful lift. So here's what it comes down to. If the Dominican Republic gets this final lift, then they will move into the top 4, currently sitting in 5th right now. If they do not get this lift, then Mexico team 3 will advance. If Dominican gets the lift, Mexico 3 is going home. Probably don't have to go home far because they're already from Mexico and we're in Mexico, but you get the idea.
Último levantamiento de la Copa del Mundo para Powerlifting México 2024 y está en manos del representante de República Dominicana, Jesús Manuel Rodríguez Vallejo, con 177 kilogramos el intento para ir por la medalla de oro, de plata. En el momento o al momento México en la posición número 3, pero vamos a ver qué sucede con el intento de Jesús Manuel Rodríguez Vallejo.
So Jesus Manuel Rodriguez Vallejo will go for this final lift for the Dominican Republic. Rodriguez Vallejo, silver medal in the 80 kilogram category in the individual competition. So this is a big one. If he gets this, the Dominican Republic is into the top 4 and moves on. If he does not, then it'll be Mexico 3 who gets in. And that's a good lift for Rodriguez Vallejo. So that means the Dominican Republic is into the top 4. And that unfortunately means that Mexico Team 3 will be knocked out. So just one Mexican team will be in the top 4 fighting for a gold medal. And that's Mexico 1. So Chile 1 is in the number 1 spot with 343.44 points as we get a look at that replay of the final lift of this 9-team heat. So it's Chile 1, who is in first place, 343.44. Dominican Republic finishes in second, 316.93. Chile Team 2, 299.14. And Mexico Team 1, they get a team in the final 4, 235.45, excuse me. So Mexico 3, Mexico 2, Venezuela, El Salvador, and Cameroon have been knocked out.
Chile consigue la posición 1 y número 3, medalla de oro y de bronce para el equipo, los equipos de Chile, equipos mixtos en esta último evento, última competencia del para Powerlifting World Cup México 2024. República Dominicana en la posición número 2, medalla de plata. Se despiden los spotters porque ya no habrá más levantamientos en este escenario. Resta nada más la ceremonia de premiación que tendremos para ustedes en unos instantes. Última ceremonia de premiación.
So we'll look at some highlights from the heats in this mixed team event. And when we come back, we will have the head-to-head match B followed by match A to see who will have a chance to get the final gold medal of this World Cup in Acapulco, Mexico. Chile 1, Chile 2, the Dominican Republic and Mexico 1, the final 4 teams vouching for the final 3 medals. We'll be back in just a few minutes to see how that ends up playing out and figure out who will be competing against who in the head-to-head.
Se viene el cara a cara, disculpe usted, no ha terminado el evento, ya me quería ir a comer y a casa. El evento continúa, nos queda el cara a cara, vienen los equipos de Chile, Dominicana y Chile número 2. México también con la posición número 4 estará en este duelo. El match B es con estos 4 equipos y en un momento también tendremos el match A. Viene el sorteo para ver quién contra quién.
So the draw has just been made, and look at this. Chile 1 will take on Chile 2 in the match A, and then match B, it will be the Dominican Republic against Mexico Team 1. So wow, Chile against Chile in the match A competition, and the match B, Dominican Republic against Mexico Team 1. So we'll wait now and see if the order stays the same or if the coaches decide to mix up the order for the head-to-head competition. That will be the next thing decided by the coaches based on what the draw has landed them.
La suerte así lo quiso a la hora de hacer el sorteo. Chile 1 se va a enfrentar a Chile 2 y República Dominicana se va a enfrentar a México 1. Para el match A, Chile contra Chile. Para el match B, República Dominicana frente a México en el cara a cara antes de ir a la búsqueda de medallas de oro, plata y bronce. Ingresan los oficiales seleccionados para este primer match B. Isaac Kraus Roja, representante de México, Colombia, Tailandia.
So the referees from Mexico, Colombia, Italy, and Thailand. The technical delegate, as always, Jenny Ortiz Cardenas from Colombia.
En unos momentos se viene la presentación por equipos por parte de República Dominicana. Participa Zoraida Emiliano, José Manuel Abud Coronado, Jesús Manuel Rodríguez Vallejo, y por México David Reyes, María Paredes y Gerardo Hernández.
So there you see the matchups, match A and match B. It's Chile 1 against Chile 2, and match B, Dominican Republic against Mexico 1. So we'll start with match B first, and then we'll go to match A. So match B, the Mexican team, Geraldo Hernandez Rodriguez, David Reyes Trejo, Maria Paredes Albor, taking on the Dominican Republic with Jose Manuel Abud Coronado, Jesus Rodriguez Vallejo, and Zoraida Milano.
Comienza el match B, el cara a cara del evento por equipos mixto. Es David Reyes, María Paredes y Gerardo Hernández quien representa al equipo mexicano. Y de República Dominicana estamos esperando posiblemente un reacomodo en el orden. Solo nos aparecen Zoraida Emiliano y Jesús Manuel Rodríguez. Y falta José Manuel Abud.
So we're just getting set for the head-to-head matchup. Match B, Dominican Republic against Mexico 1. The winner of this matchup, this head-to-head, will go into the gold medal matchup, and the loser will fight it out for the bronze.
Confirmado, República Dominicana cambia el orden en la participación en los turnos. Al momento de la competencia va a iniciar José Manuel Abud. Segundo intento será de Zoraida Emiliano y el último Jesús Manuel Rodríguez Vallejo.
So just a short delay here while the teams get sorted for who is going to go in which order first, based on the order of the athletes on their team. And what the teams have done is they do have the option to switch their teams around. We didn't see it in the women's and the men's competitions where the teams stayed exactly in the same order throughout the entire competition. But often in the mixed team event, things change and they'll move athletes around and they'll put them in different positions. So it looks like both the Dominican Republic and Mexico Team 1 has altered their lineup a little bit. So perhaps a little bit of gamesmanship going on here by the Dominican Republic and Mexico. So Mexico changing things up. They're starting with their female athlete first, which they didn't do in the heats. So it's Maria Paredes Albor will be the first up for Mexico Team 1, and her first attempt at 75 kilograms. In the heats, the Dominican Republic went with Zoraida Emiliano with their first lifter, but instead they've switched that around, so she's going to go second here, perhaps seeing that Mexico is going with their female athlete first. So a little bit of gamesmanship, a little bit of competition between the coaches, trying to sort out how they were going to handle this matchup in this mixed team event. A little bit of showmanship going on, perhaps. The competitive nature of the mixed competition. A lot more strategy involved here than it is in the individual competition. So here we go. We start off the head-to-head match B, first lift of this head-to-head. And that's a good lift and a good start for Mexico team number 1. 3 white lights, 75 kilograms lifted successfully. So good start for Mexico team number 1.
México también hace un cambio en su lista inicial y manda en primer turno a María Paredes Albor, que no decepciona y consigue el primer levantamiento válido para el equipo mexicano. Con 75 kilogramos sale con los brazos en alto y satisfecha por lo realizado.
Nice reaction from Paredes Albor as she leaves the field of play. So Dominican Republic will go next, and as we just mentioned in the heats portion, they had Zoraida Emiliano went first for their team, but in this case they maybe saw what Mexico 1 was going to do and they decided to switch things around. So they're going to go with one of their stronger lifters out of the gate. So it's Jose Manuel Abud Coronado going next. And Coronado, 140 kilograms is what he'll be trying to lift with this first lift for the Dominican Republic. So Abud Coronado looking to get the Dominican team on the board here. Had a gold medal in the 79 kilogram individual competition. Went 3 for 3. So he's gone 4 for 4 if you want to include his lift in the previous round. 5 for 5 would certainly be a good feat for him and for his Dominican team. They need to keep pace with Mexico Team 1.
Es el turno de José Manuel Abud Coronado, representante del equipo de República Dominicana, intento de 140 kilogramos.
And that's a good lift for him. So Abud Coronado gets his first lift successfully taken care of for the Dominican Republic, and that moves them into the number 1 position ahead of Mexico 1 after the first round.
Es válido el primer levantamiento para el equipo de República Dominicana. Concluye la ronda número 1. Va a venir el representante de México, equipo 1, David Reyes. Es Zoraida Emiliano.
So Zoraida Emiliano is going to go next for the Dominican. Her weight of 120 kilograms will be next.
¿Es David Reyes o no?
So they're going to change that. That was going to be Zoraida Emiliano going next at 120, but it determined that the next weight of 120 kilograms is also going to be lifted by the second member of Mexico's Team 1. So it's David Reyes Trujillo who will go next instead of Emiliano. She'll go immediately after. Less work for the guys setting up the bar and the rack. Only have to do it once for the next 2 athletes, 120 kilos for both of them. So David Reyes Trujillo going next, 120 kilograms. Mexico team number 1.
Es David Reyes Trejo finalmente el que sale a realizar el segundo levantamiento para el equipo de México 1. Intentará 120 kilogramos. Y posteriormente viene Zoraida Emiliano de República Dominicana con los mismos 120 kilogramos.
So 120 kilograms, the effort here. Reyes Trujillo finished 7th in the 97 kilogram event. See the clock in the right-hand corner, down to 50 seconds now. Athletes have 2 minutes to get to the field of play and then get set in position and have the bar off the rack. See, every athlete's got a different routine for how they go about getting ready to lift the bar. That's a good lift. 3 white lights for Reyes Trujillo. So that's a good lift, 120 kilograms for Mexico Team 1, and they flip-flop back and forth between first and second with the Dominican Republic. So now in first place in this head-to-head match. In match B, winner goes on to the gold medal.
Levantamiento válido para David Reyes y suma su segundo el equipo de México 1 en la competencia. Momentáneamente en la posición número 1, pero viene Zoraida Emiliano de República Dominicana con el intento de 120 kilogramos para cerrar la ronda número 2.
So now the second lift for the Dominican Republic team, and it's Zoraida Miliano who will be the lifter, 120 kilograms, the same weight as David Reyes Trujillo just lifted. Miliano, the gold medal in the 79 kilogram category this week. 3 for 3 in the individual, 1 for 1 in the mixed team event in the previous round. And 2 out of 3 just getting it done this time around. So that's a good lift for Zoraida Miliano. So good stuff. So Dominican Republic and Mexico 1 doing their best to get themselves into the gold medal with clean lifts from all 4 of the competitors so far. So that lift from Miliano will move the Dominican Republic into the number 1 spot. So after 4 lifters, 2 apiece, 200.12 the score for the Dominican, 142.52 for Mexico Team 1.
Después de 2 rondas completas, República Dominicana está en la primera posición, México en la segunda, y viene el cierre con la ronda número 3. Dominicana tiene a Jesús Manuel Rodríguez Vallejo para su último levantamiento, y el equipo de México 1 a Gerardo Hernández Rodríguez, que trae bastante apoyo en esta transmisión. Es Gerardo Hernández Rodríguez quien tomará el turno para esta ronda número 3 y cierra entonces el representante de República Dominicana la competencia.
So Gerardo Hernandez Rodriguez will go for Mexico team number 1, and a big lift this is for his team. 145 kilogram attempt. Needs this to get Mexico back in front and put all the pressure on the Dominican Republic with their final lifter. So if Hernandez Rodriguez gets his lift, Mexico stays alive. If they do not, the Dominican Republic will move into the gold medal matchup, and Mexico Team 1 will have to compete for the bronze. Hernandez Rodriguez winning a bronze earlier this week in the best lift category. This is the biggest lift for him this week, 145. Looks pretty good, and it was pretty good. So that's a whiteout from all 3 of the referees. So a good lift for Hernandez Rodriguez. So now all 3 members of Mexico team number 1 good lifts in this head-to-head. So that moves Mexico back into first position at 243.38. So all the pressure will now fall on the Dominican Republic, the last lifter of their team. It's plain and simple. If he gets the lift, Dominican Republic will battle for the gold medal in the next round, and if they do not, they will have to settle for battling out for the bronze.
Celebra efusivamente Gerardo Hernández Rodríguez lo logrado en este match. Cierra 3 de 3 México la competencia. Sin embargo, República Dominicana viene a cerrar fuerte con 170 kilogramos. Jesús Manuel Rodríguez Vallejo, de conseguirlo, está prácticamente con la medalla de oro, peleando la medalla de oro frente al vencedor del match A. El equipo de México tendría que ir a buscar una medalla de bronce frente al perdedor del match A también.
So now the final lift of this head-to-head matchup in match B, Jesus Manuel Rodriguez Vallejo from the Dominican Republic. All the pressure on him. He will attempt 170 kilograms. Originally was going to go for 175, but took it down a little bit to 170, knowing that that would be enough to get the Dominican Republic into the gold medal matchup, and Mexico won would then end up battling for the bronze. So it all comes down to this lift. If this is a successful lift, then it's the Dominican Republic going to the gold medal match, and if not, it will be Mexico 1 who goes to the gold medal match, and the Dominican Republic will battle out for the bronze.
Rodríguez con 170 kilogramos, parece bueno.
And he does it. So Jesus Manuel Rodriguez Vallejo gets the lift of 170 kilograms. That's a good lift from all three of the referees. And that means the Dominican Republic advances to the gold medal matchup. And he's jacked about that for sure. And why not? That's a thumbs up and a big clap from him. And the crowd likes that too, although the Mexican contingent not as much, but there are some Dominican fans in attendance. So it means the Dominican Republic is into the gold medal match. 312.31 is their score. Mexico won 243.38 is their score. So Dominican Republic will battle out for the gold, and Mexico 1 will battle out for the bronze. Mexico won and the bronze in the earlier men's event and the earlier women's event. Mexico won competing for the bronze. It looks like they'll be doing it again.
Recordemos que en el match B, perdón, en el match A, los dos representantes son de Chile, por lo tanto, tanto México como República Dominicana irán a enfrentar a un equipo de Chile. Vamos a ver si Chile 1 o Chile 2. ¿Quién va por la medalla de oro? ¿Quién va por la medalla de bronce? En unos momentos más sabremos y obtendremos ese resultado.
So now it's the Group A head-to-head matchup, and familiar foes amongst these 6 athletes as Chile 1 and Chile 2 will do battle to see who moves into the gold medal matchup. And Chile 1 will start things off with Camila Campos, who's been busy on this day. Took part in the women's mixed team event. Managed to get a gold medal there, so looks like she'll be busy with another lift here. This is her 5th of the day. ...105 kilograms, which is what she lifted earlier on. So trying to get Chile 1 off to a good start. And that's a good lift for Camila Campos, who's been solid all week long. Another successful lift for her. Successful in all her lifts earlier today, as well as that one, so she's been very busy. Silver medal in the individual competition, gold medal in the women's team competition, and off to a good start in this mixed team event.
Quinto levantamiento de Camila Campos en el día, participando en los diferentes eventos. Viene en el match A con el primer intento de 105 kilogramos para el equipo de Chile 1 y entrega cuentas positivas la representante de Chile. Viene representante de Chile 2, Alejandra Serrano, con el intento de 110 kilogramos.
So it's Marion Alejandra Serrano Guardo going first for Chile team number 2. 110 kilograms, the attempted lift here. Serrano Guardo and Camila Campos, who's on Chile team 1, teamed up together to win the gold in the women's team competition. Now they're competitors facing off. So one of these two women are going to compete for gold again. Serrano Guardo won the gold medal in the up to 86 kilogram category in the individual competitions. So 2 gold medals this week. And no trouble there. So 110 kilograms for Serrano Guardo. So Chile team 2 moves into first place now. I should correct myself there. Chile team 2 does not move into first place because based on the body weight, this is how the points work out, 85 kilogram body weight and 110 kilogram lift, whereas Campos 50 kilogram body weight and 105 kilogram lift. So better points, more points for Campos, heavier weight for smaller frame. So 97.29 for Chile 1, 87.63 for Chile 2.
También Marion Alejandra Serrano da un inicio positivo al equipo de Chile 2 en la ronda número 1. Al momento adelante el equipo de Chile 1.
So see that Chile team 1 has made a little switch in their order. So in the last round it was Juan Carlos Garrido Acevedo who went first or went second, and it looks like Jorge Caranao is going to go second this time around. So a little switch with team Chile 1. Interesting bit of strategy. Now it's Javier Ignacio Jimenez Cabrera, second up for Chile team 2.
Javi Ignacio Jiménez Cabrera viene con el intento de 110 kilogramos.
A little surprised at this weight. 110 kilograms. That's easy done for him. And I'm interested to know what the strategy here is for Chile team 2, just lifting 110 kilograms. And he lifted 151 in the individual competition, so a little surprising to see just 110 kilograms. Be curious to hear what the strategy is there from the coach, or is it just because he's had a few lifts and wants to ease up on the amount of weight? I'm not sure, but interesting maneuver there from Chile team 2. So 2 lifts at 110 And now Chile Team 1 with their second competitor on his way out, and it'll be Jorge Caranao. 150 kilograms will be his attempt.
Turno de Jorge Carinao para la ronda número 2 del equipo de Chile 1, con un intento de 150 kilogramos.
So Jorge Caranao, Chile team number 1, silver medalist in the up to 65 kilogram category. Lifted 190 kilograms to get a silver medal in his category, so just 150 here. Yes, smooth, no problem whatsoever, 150 kilograms. So 150 kilograms for Caranao, 105 for Campos. So that puts them in position number 1, 208.52. Chile number 2, 174.78. So it's going to come down to the final 2 competitors. Juan Carlos Garrido Acevedo and Matias Antonio Revico Caraval.
Termina la ronda número 2 y en unos momentos arranca ronda número 3 con Matías Antonio Rebeco Carabel del equipo de Chile 2 con el intento de 120 kilogramos, y entonces cerrará Juan Carlos Garrido Acevedo para el equipo de Chile 1 con un intento de 150 kilogramos.
Well, one thing we know for sure is that Chile will be battling for the gold medal. We just don't know if it's going to be team number 1 or team number 2. So it's Matias Antonio Revico Caraval with his third and final attempt, 120 for Chile team number 2. No trouble with that. And that's a whiteout for Revico Caraval, 120 kilograms. So Chile team 2 goes a perfect 3 for 3 in this head-to-head matchup with Chile team number 1. So it'll come down to this final lift from Juan Carlos Garrido Acevedo. So Acevedo now will have the weight of his team on his arms, so to speak. 150 kilogram lift coming up here, and if he's able to get it, Chile team 1 will go to the gold medal match, and if not, Chile team 2 will advance.
Chile 2 termina su participación con 3 de 3. Y solamente que Chile 1 con Juan Carlos Garrido Acevedo con el intento de 150 kilogramos pasara algo inesperado, sería el equipo que pase a buscar la medalla de oro frente al equipo de República Dominicana. Y el segundo lugar de este match pasa a buscar la medalla de bronce frente al equipo de México.
So the final lift of this head-to-head match A, and it's on the arms of Juan Carlos Garrido Acevedo. 150 kilograms will be the attempt. Certainly within his wheelhouse, no doubt about it. .50 kilograms here. If he does it, Chile Team 1 goes for gold. If he doesn't, Chile Team 2 will go for gold. And he does it. Yes, that's the whiteouts, 3 white lights. And Acevedo with a double arms in the air, and that's a good lift for Chile Team number 1. So it's Chile Team number 1 who will advance to the gold medal showdown against Chile Team number 2 who will advance to the bronze medal. So it'll be Chile Team 1 against the Dominican Republic, and it'll be Chile Team 2 against Mexico in the bronze medal as we get another look at that final lift of this head-to-head. Still a little bit surprised by the decision-making from Chile Team 2 in terms of how much weight one or two of their lifters decided on. But it's Chile 1 defeating Chile 2, 317.69 to 258.03. So a short little break in the action as we get for the final event of the day. This is the final event, the mixed team event, but this will be the final 2 matchups. The bronze medal match between Chile Team 2 and Mexico Team 1, and that'll be followed by the gold medal match between Chile Team 1 and the Dominican Republic. So the big question will be, do they keep the same order of the athletes, or will they mix them up? We'll have to wait and find out. So quick little break. We'll be back shortly and get things set up, and the athletes will be shown to the audience and the crowd in the arena, and then we'll get things going with the bronze medal matchup. A few highlights from the mixed team event, the group matchups, the head-to-head matchups, and we'll be back shortly. So the athletes have been introduced to the crowd for this bronze medal showdown. Chile team number 2 and Mexico team number 1. A couple more minutes until we get this bronze medal showdown underway. The final 2 head-to-head matches, the bronze medal and the gold medal matches in this mixed team competition. So 81 total medals won this week by the Mexican team. Chile in second spot with 29. Egypt with 21 and Cuba with 10. Those are the top 4. United States with 6 if you want to make it the top 5. So now the team is being introduced for the gold medal match, which will take place immediately after the bronze medal match.
Teams competing in the gold match. Chile 1 and
Atentos a la pantalla para el sorteo de los árbitros que nos acompañará en la sesión de hoy.
So the gold medal teams have been introduced, and now it's time to see who the referees will be for the bronze medal showdown.
Y estos son los árbitros que nos acompañarán en la sesión de la competencia por el mundo. Árbitro principal, Mahmoud Al-Ber.
So the referees for this
and the team
final
from Egypt.
bronze medal showdown, it's the 4 referees: Egypt, Slovakia, Kazakhstan, and Thailand. Technical delegate from Colombia.
Left-side referee from Slovakia, Martin Chapman.
Árbitro del lado derecho, Kazajistán, Olga Prokovichina.
Right-side referee from Kazakhstan, Olga Prokovichina.
De Tailandia, contra técnico, Preyanuch Nuka.
Technical controller from Thailand, Preyanuch Nuka.
Delegada técnica Colombia, Jenny Ortiz Cárdenas.
And the technical delegate from Colombia, Jenny Ortiz Cárdenas.
Auxiliares, por favor, cargar previamente la barra con 78 kilos a altura del rack número 11.
Loaders, please load to the bar. 78 kilograms. Rack height 11.
So the stage is set for this bronze medal mixed team event as Chile 2 will take on Mexico 1.
Se viene la última posibilidad de medalla para México, que encabeza el medallero en esta competencia de México 2024 para Powerlifting World Cup. Enfrentará a un gran equipo, el equipo de Chile 2, que trae de integrantes a Marión Serrano, Javier Ignacio Jiménez, Matías Antonio Rebeco. Y México competirá con María Paredes Albor, David Reyes y Gerardo Hernández Rodríguez. Está casi todo listo para que inicie el match por la medalla de bronce.
A los deportistas que se llevará el oro por equipos mixtos en el campeonato de para Powerlifting.
We are ready for this Powerlifting World Cup Mexico 2024 bronze medal.
78 kilos cargados para llamar en su primer intento a la deportista de México 1, María Paredes.
For the first attempt representing Mexico 1, María Paredes.
Va a abrir la competencia la representante de México, María Paredes Albor, con el primer intento de 78 kilogramos en busca de la medalla de bronce frente al representativo de Chile 2.
So first lift of this bronze medal match, Maria Paredes Albor from Mexico. 78 kilograms will be her effort. So in the heat stage, Albor was the second lifter in the group, but she was moved to the first lifter spot in the last round, and now she's staying in that position for this go round. So it looks like Chile 2 and Mexico 1 keeping their lineup intact, not tweaking anything from their head-to-head matches in the previous round.
El top 3 en el medallero es México, Chile y Egipto. Vamos a ver si México logra sumar una medalla más antes de concluir el para Powerlifting World Cup México 2024.
That's a good lift. That's a whiteout for Maria Paredes Albor. 78 kilograms. So good start for Mexico team number 1 in this bronze medal matchup.
Inicia bien México con María Paredes Albor, logrando esos 78 kilogramos en la ronda número 1. El turno es de Marión Alejandra, que va nada más y nada menos que por 110 kilogramos. La representante del equipo Chile 2. Quien cierra la participación de México por la medalla de bronce es Gerardo Hernández, que trae todo el apoyo en la transmisión que estamos llevando para ustedes desde Acapulco, Guerrero, México.
So it's the first lifter for Chile, number 2. It's Marion Alejandra Serrano Guardo. This is a weight that she's lifted on a number of occasions today, 110 kilograms. Won a gold medal for Chile in the women's team event. Won a gold medal for herself in the up to 86 kilogram event. 126 kilograms got her gold medal there. So I'd like to add a bronze medal to her collection if Chile Team 2 can be successful here. First lift for Chile Team 2. Last lift of the competition for Serrano Guardo. And that's a good lift yet again for Serrano Guardo. So 110 kilograms seems to be a lift that she's had very little difficulty with. A little surprised that maybe not going for a little bit more, perhaps, in this bronze medal showdown, but I'm sure the coaches know what weight works. So good start for Chile Team 2 there in first place.
Ya se coloca rápidamente el equipo de Chile 2 en la posición para tomar la medalla de bronce de esta competencia por equipos mixto. Turno para la ronda número 2. Esperamos ver quién sale primero, si México o Chile 2.
Loaders, load the bars to 126 kilograms, rack high, 15. For the second attempt for Mexico 1, David Reyes.
So Mexico Team 1 will go next, and it's David Reyes Trujillo who will go next. 126 kilograms is what he's looking at. Reyes Trujillo finished in 7th spot in the 97 kilogram category with a 126 kilogram lift. So this is the exact same number, 126 kilograms. Making sure those wrists are strapped nice and tight. 26 kilos. Here we go. No lift. No, unfortunate for Mexico. Team number one just couldn't get that bar up. The press sequence, the issue, and we've seen so many good lifts. Haven't seen a lot of no lifts, that's for sure. Just unable to do so that time around, unfortunately. So that definitely puts Chile Team 2 in the driver's seat for the bronze medal after that no lift. Unfortunate. Another look at the replay there. You can see what the referees were noticing.
Desafortunadamente la secuencia de empuje de David Reyes no fue la correcta y es un levantamiento no válido para el equipo de México número 1. Esto lo podría estar lamentando el equipo de México en la búsqueda de esa medalla de bronce.
So Reyes Trujillo, the first no lift in this bronze medal matchup. So Chile Team 2 will go next and have to think that they're in the driver's seat now with a missed lift, but still don't count out Mexico Team 1 just yet. So it's Javier Ignacio Jimenez Cabrera going next. 135 kilograms is what he will be attempting to lift. Much more than he had in the last round. Still puzzled by that decision by Chile Team 2 to only give him the amount of weight that he had. I believe it was 110 or 120 at 151 in the individual competition to win his silver medal. Six years old, his final lift here in Acapulco.
Javi Jiménez viene con un intento de 135 kilogramos en esta ronda número 2. Parece que lo tiene.
And that's a good lift. That's a whiteout. Well done from him. So 135 kilograms lifted successfully. And he's pleased with that result. So that's now 194.59 for the Chilean team number 2. So the last lifts now for Chile 2 and Mexico team number 1. And Chile 2 will go first because their competitor is going to lift a lighter weight than Mexico team number 1. So with 2 successful lifts to just 1 for Mexico team 1, you have to think that Chile 2 is likely going to be the bronze medal winner. However, you never know. There could be a no lift here, and that might open the door for Mexico team number 1.
Más cerca el equipo de Chile de tomar la medalla de bronce en el evento por equipos mixto aquí en la Copa del Mundo para Powerlifting México 2024. Está entrando a la recta final para concluir el evento.
So Matias Antonio Rebeco Caraval, the final lifter for Chile Team 2 at 130 kilograms. Let's see what he can do here. Thinking there's a good shot. He'll get this. And he does that with relative ease. And that's a whiteout for him. So he lifted 155 kilograms in the individual competition. So 130, not too difficult for him. So Chile team number 2 goes 3 for 3 with their good lifts. And 284.77. And you have to think that they've locked up the bronze medal in the mixed team event. because Mexico Team 1 only has one lifter left. And even at 153 kilograms, which is what Geraldo Hernandez Rodriguez is going to attempt to lift, even if he does get it, I don't think it's going to be nearly enough to get past Chile.
Matías Rebeco entrega el levantamiento número 3 de 130 kilogramos, así que el equipo de Chile 2, 3 de 3 intentos, y viene a cerrar la competencia por la medalla de bronce Gerardo Hernández Rodríguez. Intento de 153 kilogramos, sería el más superior de este match por el bronce.
So say that one more time. Geraldo Hernandez Rodriguez will go for the final time, the last competitor in this mixed team event in the bronze medal match. Hernandez Rodriguez, 153 kilograms, the heaviest weight so far in the mixed team event bronze medal match. Had 151 kilogram lift for the bronze medal in the individual competition, the 72 kilogram competition. Went 3 for 3. So increasing that number by 3 kilograms for this team event. So let's see how this plays out. Will this lift be enough if he gets it to surpass Chile? Unlikely, but we'll see. That's a good lift. Pleased with that, 153 kilograms. Great way for him to finish the competition. Great way to get a good lift in his last lift in his home country of Mexico. So that means 2 of the 3 lifters for Mexico Team 1 were successful, but the problem was Chile didn't have any no lifts. They went 3 for 3. So Chile Team 2 wins the bronze medal, 284.77. Mexico Team 1 will have to settle for 4th place, 177.71. So that second lift from David Reyes Trujillo is the costly lift for Mexico Team 1. You have to wonder if they were able to get that lift, would that have been enough to get the bronze medal anyway. We'll never know, but we do know that Chile Team 2 is the bronze medal winner of this mixed team event.
Concluye el match por la medalla de bronce y es Chile, el equipo número 2 de Chile, quien se queda con esta presea. Resta nada más conocer la posición 1 y 2. Match por la medalla de oro es lo que tenemos enseguida para ustedes. Y con esto estaremos concluyendo la Copa del Mundo para Powerlifting México 2024, México y República Dominicana. Para el evento final, el momento estelar de esta Copa del Mundo. Chile viene a enfrentar a República Dominicana en la Copa de Oro con Camila Campos, Jorge Carinao, Juan Carlos Garrido Acevedo. República Dominicana con José Manuel Abud, Zoraida Emiliano y Jesús Manuel Rodríguez.
So here we go for the gold medal match right after the bronze medal match. And it's Camila Campos, who has been very busy on this day. Had 3 lifts in the women's team event. 2 lifts in the women's team event, I should say, to help Chile win that matchup. And now she has another lift here, her 3rd of this mixed team competition. So this will be her 5th lift of the day, 100 kilograms this time around. And success again from Campos. So that's 5 for 5 from Camila Campos on this day. So good start for Chile, team number 1. Looking to pick up yet another gold medal. The Chilean team won the gold in the men's team event. They won the gold in the women's team event. Can they get a perfect sweep with a gold in the mixed team event? We'll have to wait and see.
Un día bastante ocupado para Camila Campos, 5 levantamientos el día de hoy desde que inició la jornada número 1 en el evento por equipos femenil y vuelve a entregar cuentas positivas con un levantamiento válido de 100 kilogramos. Camila Campos del equipo de Chile 1. Viene el primer levantamiento del equipo de República Dominicana, 140 kilogramos. Intenta José Manuel Abud para poner a la delantera al equipo de República Dominicana.
So first lift for the Dominican team. This is Jose Manuel Abud Coronado. 140 kilogram potential lift here. So both these teams tweaking their lineups a little bit since the start of the competition. In the first round, you had the Dominicans going with Miliano first and Abud Coronado second. But the last 2 rounds, they've switched it around. So here we go, 140 kilograms for Abud Coronado. That's a good lift. That's a whiteout for him. And another successful effort for the Dominican Republic, who's shown very nicely in this mixed team competition. So that lift of 140 kilograms will move them into the gold medal position right now. But still lots of time to go, lots of lifters still to come. The difference that the Dominican team going with their male athlete first, whereas the Chilean athlete going with their female athlete first.
Diferente estrategia en los equipos de República Dominicana y Chile. Chile sale con su participante femenina en la primera ronda y República Dominicana con un participante varonil. José Manuel Abud entrega el primer levantamiento válido con 140 kilogramos, poniéndose momentáneamente en la primera posición para tomar la medalla de oro.
So it's Zoraida Miliano going next for Team Dominican Republic in this mixed team event. 3rd lifter that we have seen. And it's been a good week for Miliano, that's for sure. Had a gold medal in the 79 kilogram individual event. Went 3 for 3 with her lifts. And so far successful in her previous 2 lifts in the mixed competition as well. Looking to lift 120 kilograms here. Same weight that she had in the heats, 120. Had no trouble with that. Oh, no lift for Dominican Republic. Oh, that's a costly miss for the Dominican team. Unfortunate for her. Unfortunate for the Dominican team. So that's a good miss for the Chilean team 1. A little surprised by that. I thought that Emiliano would have no trouble at 120, but some issues from the referees. So that puts the Chilean team 1 in the driver's seat. Maybe a little bit of a lockup with one of those arms, perhaps. So now Chile team 1, if they can get this second lift complete, then they'll be in good shape for another gold medal.
Lamentablemente, levantamiento no válido para Zoraida Miliano. Esto pone en aprietos al equipo de República Dominicana para ir en búsqueda de la medalla de oro. Viene el turno del representante de Chile 1, Jorge Carinao, con el intento de 165 kilogramos en esta ronda número 2.
So it's Jorge Carinao going next for Chile team number 1, looking at 165 kilograms in this round. This is certainly a weight that he's capable of lifting. He had a 190 kilogram lift in the individual competition, which allowed him to pick up a silver medal in the up to 65 kilogram event. So this would be good for Team Chile 1, and that is good for Team Chile 1, 165 kilograms. And that means that Chile is firmly in the lead now in this gold medal matchup. Jorge Carinao gets the whiteout from the 3 referees. So 215 points now for Team Chile 1. And the Dominican Republic with a big hill to climb now, 102.79.
Chile cada vez más cerca de quedarse con la medalla de oro por equipos mixtos frente al equipo de República Dominicana, que lamentablemente tiene un levantamiento no válido en la ronda número 2. Nos queda nada más la ronda número 3. Se vienen los 2 últimos levantamientos. Ahora sí, los 2 últimos levantamientos del para Powerlifting World Cup México 2024.
So Chile Team 1 in good position now for another gold medal. They've already won the gold in the men's and women's team event, so could be a 3 for 3 in gold medals for them. But still 2 lifters to come, not over just yet.
For the third attempt, representing the Dominican Republic, Jesus Rodriguez.
See, the last mixed team event in Thailand a couple of weeks ago, Uzbekistan defeated Korea, and Thailand won the bronze. And in Dubai earlier this year, China defeated Brazil for the gold, and the bronze went to Kazakhstan. So, big lift now here for Jesus Manuel Rodriguez Vallejo. 150 kilogram potential lift here. And even if he is able to get this lift, I'm not sure that they'll give him enough points where Dominican Republic will have a chance to even be in first place. So let's wait and see what happens here. But right now, Chile Team 1 double the point total of the Dominican Republic. So stranger things have happened. We'll see what happens. $150 kilograms for Rodriguez Vallejo.
Yes.
And he gets it done, 150 kilograms. So that's Jesus Manuel Rodriguez Vallejo with a good lift for the Dominican team. But I'm thinking that one missed lift from Zoraida Miliano is going to be the downfall, and it appears that it is, because the Dominican Republic, even if Chile Team 1 doesn't successfully get this lift, they've already locked in the gold medal because Team Dominican Republic does not have enough points to get the gold. So Chile is going to be the winner of this event, no matter what happens with this final lift. So that means Chile has won the men's team event, the women's team event, and the mixed team event, which is very impressive. We'll have to go back and look and see if that's ever happened, where we've had the same country win all three team events at a competition, the men's, the women's, and the mixed. Certainly a big achievement and good stuff from Team Chile. So Juan Carlos Garrido Acevedo will have his final lift. This is the final lift of the competition, the final lift of the gold medal match, and also the final lift here in Acapulco. This is it after a very successful World Cup event that we've had here in Acapulco. So Chile finishing things up, 150 kilograms. And if you've been watching the mixed event and as well as the men's event, or even the individual competition, you know that this weight for Juan Carlos Garrido Acevedo is almost a lock at 150 kilograms. I'd be very surprised if he doesn't successfully make this lift.
Se viene el último levantamiento. Chile ya tiene garantizada la medalla de oro en este evento por equipos mixtos. Los puntos son suficientes, aún que Garrido no pudiera entregar este levantamiento. Estaría dominando la competencia el equipo de Chile 1.
And that's a good lift. That's a whiteout from the referees. And it's Juan Carlos Garrido Acevedo. And he confirms the gold medal for Chile, team number 1. And they win the gold medal at the mixed team event here in Acapulco. So it's a clean sweep for Chile. They win the gold in the men's event, they win the gold in the women's event, and they win the gold in the mixed team event. How impressive is that? Wow, Chile just dominating this final day of competition on Sunday, and a nice way to see the competition come to a close with a good lift. And 3 for 3 from Chile, team 1 in that gold medal match, and that unfortunate no lift from Zoraida Miliano, the difference. So it's Chile team 1, 324.17. They win the gold. It's the Dominican Republic 201.78. They win the silver. And the other Chilean entry, Chile team 2, will win the bronze. So we'll look at some of the highlights from the bronze medal match, followed by the gold medal match, and then we will have the final victory ceremony at the 2024 Para-Powerlifting World Cup here in Acapulco, Mexico. So a short little break. We'll get the medals ready to give out, and we'll be back in a few minutes for the final victory ceremony here in Acapulco.
Chile domina todas las competencias por equipo este día. En la de equipos por hombres se queda con la medalla de oro. En la de equipos mujeres también se queda en la medalla de oro. Y en el equipo mixto también medalla de oro para Chile. Así es que se estará escuchando el himno de Chile aquí por última vez en el recinto, y para cerrar el evento que nos reúne y que nos trajo a Acapulco, Guerrero, México. ustedes los detalles de este acontecimiento. Gusto saludarlos y acompañarlos. Roberto Toledano los saluda desde Acapulco, Guerrero, México, esperando que haya sido de su agrado cada una de las transmisiones que tuvimos para ustedes en este evento internacional México 2024 para Powerlifting World Cup.
Copa Mundial de Para Powerlifting México 2024 presenta la ceremonia de premiación. Por favor, demos la bienvenida a los medallistas.
The Para Powerlifting World Cup Mexico 2024 present the victory ceremony. Please welcome the medalists.
So time now for the final victory ceremony of this Mexico 2024 Para-Powerlympic World Cup in Acapulco. The mixed team event, the top three teams will be receiving their medals along with their coaching teams. Chile Team 1, Dominican Republic, and Chile Team 2. Medals being presented by Juan Pedro Toledo. He's the head of technical analysts of adapted sports at CONADE. So it's Chile Team 2 winning the bronze medal. You see their point total of 284.77, taking out Mexico Team number 1 in the bronze medal showdown. And the Chilean team, Marian Alejandra Serrano Guardo, Javier Ignacio Jimenez Cabrera, and Matias Antonio Revico Caraval, the three members of the bronze medal winning Chilean team number 2.
El equipo de Chile 2 recibe la medalla de bronce de manos de Juan Pedro Toledo.
And it's the Dominican Republic winning the silver medal. You see their total of 201.78 in the gold medal showdown. Jose Manuel Abud Coronado, Zoraida Miliano, and Jesus Manuel Rodriguez Vallejo, the three members of the silver medal winning Dominican team.
De nuevo de manos de Juan Pedro Toledo, el jefe de análisis del deporte adaptado de la CONADE del Sonorense. República Dominicana recibe medalla de plata.
And always a nice touch in this mixed team event, as well as the men's and women's team events, to see the coaches get medals as well for all their hard work working with So it's team number 1 from Chile who wins the gold medal. I've been seeing them on the podium a lot on this final day. They won the gold medal in the men's team competition. They won the gold medal in the women's team competition, and now they win the gold medal in the mixed team event as well. So congrats to them. Camila Campos winning another medal, Jorge Caranao winning another medal, and Juan Carlos Garrido Acevedo winning another medal as well. 324.17 points, good for the gold medal. Well done from them.
Medalla de oro para el equipo de Chile 1, Camila Campos, Jorge Carineo, Juan Carlos Garrido. Y vamos al himno nacional de Chile.
And now for the final time, the final national anthem. And for the third time today, in honor of Chile, the winners of this event. So we're getting used to that anthem in this part of the world, with Chile winning the gold medal for the third straight time in the team event competition. Chilean fans and fellow competitors pleased with what they've seen. And Chile winning the gold in the men's, the women's, and mixed competitions. And they also add a bronze medal to boot. So what a performance from them on this final day. So what a day, what a week here in Acapulco, Mexico. It's been a great 4 days of competition. We've seen some records fall. We've seen some medals won for the first time by athletes. We've seen some records won, or some medals won from other athletes, and medals won adding to the collection by some athletes. And some of the Chilean athletes winning multiple medals on this day, and great camera shots and great reaction from these athletes. So want to say thank you again to everybody who is involved in the production of this event at the World Para Powerlifting Association, for everybody putting on this event here in Acapulco, the 4th World Cup event of the season. We started off in Dubai, we went to Egypt, we've been to Thailand, and now a very successful event in Acapulco, Mexico. So hope we'll be back here again maybe next year or down the road, whatever it may be. We'll have to wait and see. But I want to thank everybody behind the scenes, everybody for making this event possible, all the workers who've worked here, all the people at the hotel, all the people who've made this event so successful for everybody involved. And thank you again to you for watching and supporting the sport of para powerlifting. It's a very great sport to watch, and it's entertaining to watch, and there are a lot of athletes here who have done a lot in the sport, and a lot who will be doing more in the sport for years to come. So my name is John Horn. I want to thank you for joining us, and please join us again for the next event in June in Georgia, and hope to see you there for more action from the Para Powerlifting Association and the World Cup of Powerlifting. My name is John Horn again. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll say goodbye now from Acapulco, Mexico.
No me resta más que agradecer de mi parte la oportunidad de estar presente en un evento de esta magnitud. Ha salido de maravilla. Desde el inicio, desde la inauguración, fue todo espectacular. Y lo que pudimos presenciar de cada una de las competencias nos llena el corazón, nos emociona y nos impulsa a esforzarnos y hacer cada día mejor en cualquiera que sea de nuestras actividades. Gracias a la organización, gracias a los productores, a todos los que hicieron posible este evento. Yo me despido, no sin antes invitarlos a que presencien en alguna de las transmisiones la ceremonia de clausura que se estará llevando a cabo en aproximadamente 30 minutos. Ceremonia de clausura. Y nos vamos de Acapulco, Guerrero, México. Se despide de usted Roberto Toledano. Los veo en alguna otra próxima emisión en cualquier parte del mundo. Hasta entonces.